Welcome, Scorpio, to your August 2025 reading, and thank you for tuning into my channel. Now, Scorpio, if you would like a reading from me, all you have to do is click the little thanks button below. It's got thanks with a heart and a dollar sign in it, I think. Nominate your chosen amount and put your question or what you'd like me to focus on in the comments section below. And I will film your little reading just like I'm doing now. And I will leave a link for you to access it in response to your comment. So you'll be able to just click on that link and it will take you straight to your personal reading if you're interested. And also I've got a website, an online store if you'd like to help me out to support my channel in that way. And I sell beautiful crystal jewelry, all handmade pieces by my beautiful mum, and they're one-off pieces only as well, so no one else is going to have anything like it. And I also sell antiques as well if you're interested in that. That's just my little side hustle there, and it helps me continue on being able to do these for free. But let's get into your reading now. Wow, this is a very, very interesting reading right off the bat here that I'm looking at. Now, you'll notice here that you have two emperors. Now, normally in a deck, you would only have one emperor. But in the deck that I'm using here, the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the creator of this deck, Katrin Wellstein, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. She has created a male and female version of each of the kings and a male and female version of the emperor as well. And she says, if you like, choose which one you resonate with and take the extras out. But I like to keep them in when I use this particular deck. And it's interesting here that both of the emperors came out for you, which is quite powerful. And you also have a king here, which again, powerful energy in the kings, the emperors. These are leaders. And, you know, this kind of reflects a theme here this month for you, Scorpio. But not only that, you've got the Justice card, the High Priestess, the Hierophant, so many major arcanas, which is quite powerful in of itself here as well. This is very significant events that are going to be occurring for you in August. But let's start out with the King of Cups. Now, this can potentially be representing you. I would normally read this as a Cancer, but because this is a general reading, this is any water sign. So a Cancer, Scorpio like yourself, or Pisces here. But the King of Cups is a very emotional card. And this energy, and I'm just going to show it to you because I feel like this is significant here. You can see whenever this card comes up, the words still waters run deep comes to mind. This is a card that shows, you know, the figure here, the king, holding, not only do you see the ship here, but you also see the king holding a ship as well. And the tumultuous water here, it's deep and it's dark and you can't see to the bottom. And when a ship shows up in the imagery of the tarot, it's talking about very deep emotional connections, thoughts, feelings, very deep feelings going on here. And like I said, still waters run deep. On the surface, everything is calm, but underneath there is this depth of emotion that a lot of people don't get to see. And I feel that this does represent you a lot, Scorpio. This can very much talk about you. You do tend to hold your cards close to your chest, so to speak. They are, it's very, almost secretive in a way. I mean, Scorpios are a little bit secretive, or not so much secretive, but they like to share things that are meaningful to them, to those that are close to them, rather than sharing them to the whole world. But it's almost like there's a time here in August where you are going to be exploring a lot of your emotions that have been perhaps put I was going to say on the back burner almost, but sort of put deep inside you, and even perhaps locked away for a while. And you are going to be exploring these unknown hidden places. And the interesting thing here is you have the High Priestess. Now, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. This is how I read. But look at the High Priestess. There's this ship in the High Priestess here as well, in the deep, dark, wavy water. And the High Priestess is all about your spirituality, your intuition. This is hidden, sacred, secret knowledge here in this. And the fact that there's this ship in both of these cards, it really does talk about, these hidden and unexplored emotions, and also hidden and unexplored intuition, and perhaps even gifts that you have that you will be able to tap into. And it's both of these cards in a way are mirroring each other here. They are protectors and guardians. The High Priestess more about the unconscious mind and sacred wisdom, and the King more about the emotions. They're a protector of your emotions. They're and you have a protector here of your spirituality almost as well. But yeah, these ships are representing the depths of your, like I said, your intuition, and the depths of your emotion. These are going to be what you're focusing on, I feel, or certainly coming to the forefront in August. But you have the Ace of Swords. This is wonderful new ways of looking at things, and new ideas, new inspiration, brand new ways of approaching your emotional well-being, your spiritual, intellect, psychological kind of well-being here as well. But this is the Ace of Swords, is the Ace of Victory, and you are going to be so successful here in the way you approach anything that has been challenging for you and has been keeping you conflicted a little bit here. And you've got the Five of Swords here. This is a bit of a card of conflict, but this Five of Swords is you winning at all costs. And you know what? It is actually a card of success, because you do win with the Five of Swords in a traditional deck. Although there may have been pain or even worrying thoughts that have been challenging you about certain areas of your life. If you've been struggling mentally with depression or with anxiety in any way, you are going to be so successful. Now, for some of you, if you are involved in a court battle or any legal issues, I feel like there's some real success coming in here for you as well. There's victory here. You have the Justice card. Now, the Justice card represents a Libra. Sorry, my voice just went all squeaky then. The Justice card represents a Libra, so you may have a significant Libra in your life in August, but this is weighing up the scales, things being weighed up in your mind. Now, if this is because you've got this emotion card in the King of Cups, and you've got the High Priestess card here in terms of your spirituality and your intuition, you might be weighing up a couple of things here as well. Something that your heart is telling you, something that intuitively deep down inside you know as well. So you might be weighing up some things here. But the interesting thing here as well is you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is quite a spiritual card as well. This is like the male version of the High Priestess. This is the male and female. This was normally called the Pope here in a traditional old tarot cards and even in some new tarot cards now, the Hierophant is called the Pope. And again, a very spiritual card. Interesting masculine, feminine energy. And you've got both the emperors, the female emperor and the male emperor here. Very opposing forces here. So you might be weighing up some stuff here in terms of feminine and masculine energy here as well, which kind of sounds a bit odd, but we'll get some clarifying cards out as well. But I feel like just to go back to the Justice card, if you are involved in any kind of legal issues here, you are determined to be successful, and I feel like you will. Now, for those of you that this does relate to, it is a general reading, so take what resonates. But like I said, the Five of Swords is winning at all costs. So just make sure that if you are in a battle with someone perhaps that you care about or that is meaningful in your life, I'm feeling like for some of you, this could be a divorce that you are going through. Just be careful if you're going to win at all costs. Sometimes the fallout of a battle like that isn't actually worth it. So you need to weigh up whether fighting till the death, so to speak, as a metaphorical description there, is actually worth it. Because, the traditional card of the Five of Swords, you would see that person standing there, they've won the battle, they've got all of the swords, but when you look behind them, you see the ravages of war, and sometimes you look around and you go, wow, was this actually worth the victory? Which can often be the case in a war. So there is, I feel like, a weighing up here that you will be needing to do here. But Justice, again, you're seeing clarity, you're making decisions and progress based on facts here, I feel, as well, when the Justice card shows up. But like I said, if there is anything that you're going through of a legal nature, signing contracts, buying a new home and filling out paperwork or anything like that, there you will be very successful. But this interesting, the Emperor here, two of them, very, very major. There is real authority here. I feel like this can even talk about some of you getting a promotion, being in a position of authority in your own life, over your emotions, over your spirituality here. You are in control of your life, your mind. You know what you want. You are making your plans. You are putting your plans into action, and you will be successful here, Scorpio. This is a card of confidence, and I feel like you're in a place of real confidence here, real power in August. Very, very, very in control of your plans, like I said, and you're being really successful in achieving some of the goals that you may have placed for yourself as well. I hope that's making sense. I do apologize. It's Mercury retrograde, and I have been struggling over my words and tripping up and finding communication difficult, all of the things that come along with Mercury retrograde. But the Emperor, really, really nice energy. And I do feel like there is this duality here. There is this weighing up of this feminine and masculine energy. And we all have feminine and masculine energy. And the masculine energy is that go-getting energy, that go for it, that doing kind of energy. And the feminine energy is more that intuitive, nurturing energy. So I feel like you are bringing both of these together to achieve what you want for yourself for a change in August. And again, that victory card, that Ace of Swords, this is such a great success here for you in August. I really love it. Really love that. And just, yeah, getting things done. Being, like I said, being in control, knowing what you want. And also, this is like a card of structure. It's interesting that you've got the Justice card. This can represent someone also that is in a legal profession or in armed forces, in something to do with the law, police officer. So I feel like there's a need for a few rules and some organization for you in August as well, just to get things a bit under control and have structure around your plans. And you're going to find it's a lot easier to achieve your goals if you do that as well. And like I said, the fact that there's two there is really kind of stressing that point. Now, the Hierophant is an interesting card. It not only is that very, very spiritual card as well, but this is a card of duality. And this talks about doing things either in a traditional way or doing things your own way here. And the fact that you've got the Ace of Swords, which is a clear mind, clear idea, clear vision. I feel like for a lot of you, you may decide to do things your own way and a little bit differently than the norm. But again, you will need to use your own intuition, and boy oh boy, Scorpio, you are going to be using your own intuition and be really successful. Sorry, I'm just moving my camera around there. I do apologize, right in the middle of a reading. You are going to be doing that because the fact that you've got that High Priestess, this is really saying listen to your intuition. You have a lot of experience, I feel you've attained so far in this time in your life, and you can really trust what you're being guided to do here. I really feel like if for other people where they might be like, oh, can I trust my intuition? Scorpio, you never have to do that. You are really deep, just like that King of Cups, and deep spiritually, deep emotionally, and you have the experience to know what you can and can't trust here as well. But let's get some clarifying cards out here. Gee, I hope I haven't been going on too long. Wow, look at that. The Ace of Cups as well. That is amazing. Brand new emotional place that you're in, brand new mentally emotionally, you're starting afresh. There's a real healing here. The Four of Swords is a time of healing, of resting, of recuperation. If you've been unwell in any way, particularly mentally, if you've been struggling or feeling depressed or unhappy, this is a time of rest, of relaxation, and like I said, healing. I love that Four of Swords card in this deck. This is the Mystical Tarot, by the way, if you would like to know. Yeah, I feel like if you have been struggling in any way, do not give up, Scorpio. You have that Nine of Wands. This is that card of one final push and you are there. You have reached your destination. This is such a great card, and it's like I said, it's like it's the Wounded Warrior card. You've been through the ringer, whether this is mentally, emotionally, physically. You've really had to be struggling at every turn sometimes with the Nine of Wands, but it's like you're almost there. One more push and it is done and dusted. Wow, yeah, look at that. And I feel like you've done the work here. You're in a really good place. You're actually going to be quite spoiled for choice in August. You've got that Seven of Cups. This is making a decision, but you can only choose one with this Seven of Cups. But I feel like once you've made that choice, your ships are coming in here for you. You've got that Three of Wands. You've put in all that hard work. Now you can move on to the next big project. Use that Emperor energy to plan your next big adventure, your next big journey, your next big plan, whatever it is for you. But all the work that you've done in relation to your career, your health, your emotions, your legal status, your finances and all of that, it's all in place. Now you can relax. You don't have to stand there and watch your ships coming in. You can move on to the next big thing there. A few cards fell out. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, I feel like there is progress, steady progress, slow, steady progress, and things may not be moving as fast as you would like when that Knight of Pentacles comes in, but just trust that the progress that you have made is not going anywhere. You are going to be moving forward in a structured way, and there's no going back here. And look at that, in that lot that came out, you have the High Priestess again. I always say there's no coincidences here. I mean, like I've mentioned, in this particular deck, the Mystical Moments, there's more than 78 cards. There's something like 86 cards. This has got 78 cards, yet the same card comes out twice. There's like a message here. And the High Priestess is a card of like meditation and inner reflection. And it really asks you to go into that quiet space within you in order to get a clear understanding of yourself and what you'd like out of life, your desires, your hopes, your dreams, your desires. Look at them deeply. And I feel like there's going to be this clarity that you gain by doing that. And it's almost like going to be assurance that you are headed in the right direction. You're doing things correctly. You're making the right decisions, particularly if you have that Seven of Cups and you're weighing up which way to go, what choice to make. When you're tapping into that intuition, you're going to know, yep, I've made the right choice. Yep, I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, and I just feel like it's going to be such a spiritual month here for you in August. You're really going to be able to reflect and almost take take in what your angels are telling you in a way, and listen to them and hear what they're saying. Yeah, and in a way, this card is very linked to that Four of Swords, where you take that time out and you meditate and you rest, you heal on a really deep level, like not only physically, mentally, emotionally, but spiritually as well. This is a real transformation, a shifting, healing card. And look at that. Also in that, this was in that lot of cards that came out, you have the King of Swords. Now, two kings here and two emperors. Very powerful, very authority. There's a lot of authority here, and I feel like you are doing this. You are, like I said, you're saying, no, I want this. No, I'm going to do it this way. I think we're going to do it that way. And, you know, this doesn't necessarily have to be in an angry or aggressive way. You are just going to know your own mind, know what you want, know which direction to go in, and you, like I kept saying, you will be successful. But there is this new element here, which is different to what you've been doing. The fact that you've got those two aces. But like I said, you've got a lot of people here. You've got an air sign. So this is a Gemini, Libra, or Taurus. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And you do have the Libra here. You've got a water sign, so Cancer, Scorpio like yourself, Pisces. You've got the High Priestess and the Hierophant. This is a Taurus. The High Priestess is very Cancer energy, I think. And the Emperor, well, that's Aries energy all day long there. Very strong, powerful leadership kind of energy. You know, I feel like this is very much a theme here, and you are absolutely sort of taking control of, taking control of your situation, taking control of it. And Gemini, did I say Gemini? Yeah. So this is really nice. This can even represent someone that you go to for assistance, like a lawyer, a doctor, a psychologist, a counselor. This is a person that is a really good sounding board for any ideas. They are very good at giving advice. So if you are needing to reach out to someone, this is a great person that you have in your life to bounce ideas off as well in August. Whoa, this has been going for so long. I do apologize, Scorpio. Now I am going to get your final card from the Now I Understand Oracle deck. Wow, talk. Okay. Be open for discussion. Someone has something to say that needs to be investigated. That's really interesting. This could very much be this King of Swords here. This could be someone that gives you advice. You don't have to take it. And I feel like I said, you're in control, but this is a good person that can give good advice as well. And this can even be someone in spirit. Just because you've got so much spiritual energy with the two High Priestesses and the Hierophant card, this could be someone that you are almost even conversing with in the spirit world. But certainly for those of you that aren't really into that, this could be someone that you just come across, like I said, one of those people, a doctor, a lawyer, a police officer, someone in authority that can look at the facts and make decisions based on the facts. This could even be just a friend, a really good friend that you can that can give you advice. But of course, you're the Emperor here in your own reading, so I feel like, Scorpio, you're going to do what you want. But you know, take it on board and make your decision based on that. So we'll leave it there. Apologies again for that long reading. Don't forget, if you'd like a mini reading from me, all you have to do is nominate an amount. I will film your video and I will leave a link to your video in response to the comment that you place in the comment section. check out my online store. There might be a beautiful little treasure there for you. And if you don't want to do either of those things, just a subscribe and a thumbs up would be amazing as well. So have a great month, and I hope to see you next month. Bye.